headed away by Mount.
Poor ball in there.
Not a great spot there. Another long ball into the box. Ball's loose. Hallis got it though.
Some John Carroll players screaming for a penalty there, but once again, I think they're going down a little bit easy. Trying to make a meal of things, trying to deceive the ref.
I mean, you don't want to say they have to, but I mean, you almost have to in a tight game where you know it's going to be tight like this.
Yeah.
You almost have to try and get what you can get. And a long tap over into the box, a race, and it's going to be recovered by Robinson there.
Good head back to the goalie.
That's for sure. And John Carroll trying to get reset here. Playing back here in the final third. John Carroll, and nice standing tackle there.
Good press by Mount.
Great play by the defender there from the Purple Raiders. And it's going to be a toss in here. Pass down the sideline, headed by Mount. Headed again.
Good little pass there.
And the Purple Raiders keep the ball here. Tapped it back to Hallis.
Just about gets that away.
Hallis's pass intercepted. Cooper sends it to midfield just to get picked off. And John Carroll's back in business here on the near sideline. Tap up. Cooper. And Cooper's just going to clear that ball out of there.
Smart thing. You don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on yourself.
And there'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Blue Streaks.
Throw in, actually.
Oh, throw? Oh, yeah, throw. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
They're going to launch this one into the box as well. Very far throw, but good clearance by Mount.
Pair of headers there by Mount to clear that ball out. Back in the box. Hal is a diving catch.
He did very well there.
And as plays like that are why we're still here, tied 0-0 here with just over 29 minutes left here in the first half. As Hallis plots his next move, and he's going to send a long boot to the 35. What a kick. And Hobreth tries to make something down there, but it's going to end up heading off of John Carroll defender, and it's going to be a toss-in for the Purple Raiders.
Of the two.
Purple Raiders off the toss-up. Doesn't hit anyone, and it's just going to head back to Robinson for an easy save. Rolls it out to his left. And pass picked off by Winkle. John Carroll recovers. Ooh, and the pass almost blocked there by that. Looked like. And some nice ball handling here on the near sideline by the Blue Streaks. And Cooper somehow keeps that ball in bounds. John Carroll wants it to be a toss. Some more fancy footwork there, and John Carroll's coming up the middle. They're in business. And passes over to his man.
We looked across the ball in the box there. It was shanked very badly.
High boot. And that's going to head out of bounds for a toss-in. Great defense there by Mount Union there.
Yeah, just not allowing John Carroll to get anything going past the 30-yard line.
And that's despite some very fancy ball handling there by the Blue Streaks.
Yeah.
Especially down this near sideline here right in front of us. And a long pass down, sent high by the Raiders. Raiders send it deep. Mishandled there by Farrencorn. But he gets a hold of it.
It's just going to switch play. Again, passing around the back, looking for a gap to play into.
Onto the side, the near sideline. Puts some moves on his man, splits the defenders.
Some good little possession here by
John Carroll left side into the box. Purple Raider trips up there. And a shot blocked there by number 1 for the Raiders.
Daniel Chung.
Yeah, Dan. Yep.
Ooh, good chance there from John Carroll, but it's hit the side netting and gone wide from the header. Good, very good cross there.
Yeah, that was probably number 3, Daniel Chung. But great stand there by the Raiders. And another long boot here by Hallis. This time up to the 40, headed by John Carroll. Contested header, Raiders win it. Cooper on the near sideline. Cooper sends it long, headed by the blue streaks. Chung in pursuit, falls back.
More possession. Ooh, but a silly giveaway there from John Carroll, and it's a good opportunity here for Mount.
And a shot. Oh, it's going to be deflected though.
It's going to be a corner kick for Mount.
And that was Rylan Wickel.
Yeah, very good interception there from Christian Egan.
And phenomenal attempt there. I mean, if he shakes that guy just a little bit, that's a nice shot on goal, and maybe a Raider goal. Short pass off the corner. Wickel.
Can't get the ball into
Gets
the box.
blocked.
Oh, handball. That looked like it hit the hand. From my angle, that looked like it hit the arm of the John Carroll player inside the box.
It was certainly very close there. I mean, I agree. I mean, that's very close, but it's going to be another corner for the Raiders.
Yeah. Difficult for the referee to see.
Yeah, especially when the ball is moving as fast as it was.
Yeah, you got to understand it from his perspective, too.
And Raiders getting set up in the box. A low pass in. Header by John Carroll. And it's going to be sent out by the Blue Streaks. Pass off the Blue Streaks' face. And John Carroll is going to get that ball back.
More appeals from the Mount Union bench there for a handball, but that one did not appear to hit the hand.
And a little missed touch there by Wickel.
Mount growing in confidence here. Definitely, they're getting a few more opportunities. They started off pretty slow. They couldn't really get much going forward, but they're picking it up here now.
Yeah, that's for sure. It definitely seems like the Purple Raiders are starting to get some momentum going on their side here early on.
Yeah.
And Shoot sends it back to Robinson. Robinson a boot up to midfield.
Uncontested by Mount. Flicked on by John Carroll, but cleared away by Mount.
And the Blue Streaks get the ball back. Going along the far sideline. Trying to get in the box.
You know what? Cross.
And the cross sent out of bounds.
Corner kick for John Carroll here.
Substitution for John Carroll. Number 17, Jared McDowell.
Number 17, Jared McDowell comes in for John Carroll. Just as they take this corner.
Into the box.
Very good opportunity.
Blue Streak and a Raider go down. Another one goes down.
That one looked like it was very close to a foul there from Overy, but the ref didn't want to call that one. It's going to be out for another John Carroll.
Certainly very. I was surprised they didn't call a foul on that. I mean, it looked like they got Overy and the John Carroll player got tangled up there, but.
A little bit of shoving here before the corner is taken. The referee blows his whistle, stops the kick from being taken so he can separate them a little bit. Now the kick will be taken. It's played short.
Yep, low on the ground. Pass into the box and sent high by the Raiders. Obrath in pursuit, doesn't quite get there in time. The Raiders send it up midfield, far sideline. John Carroll gets it. Pass off of Mount Union. Mount Union gets it.
Overy's going to clear the ball upfield.
Sends it back up to midfield.
And the John Carroll center backs are going to get it and continue to possess the ball around.
John Carroll looking for some hole in this defense for them to move through, but not much there. As they start moving across the field here.
Very compact from Mount right now.
And an errant pass there by John Carroll. And another
errant pass from Mount, but
Mount's going to clear it.
Yeah. It's going to be headed all the way back up by the John Carroll center back. And then out of play. Line up for a John Carroll throw-in.
John Carroll double teamed here. Blue streak goes down, but it's clean.
Good work.
All ball. Hobrath taps it ahead. And the Blue Streaks get it back.
More possession. It's the theme of the game for John Carroll here. But Mount Union is completely fine with just sitting back and allowing and absorbing the pressure from John Carroll. It's the way they play. It works very well.
And the toss headed away. Another toss here. John Carroll. Shoot's going to take it.
Another long throw here.
Yep. Look for this one to go into the box. And Shoot's going to send it high up into the box. On the ground. And going to be cleared out here along the near sideline.
Looks like the ref's caught a handball.
Oh, that's interesting. It looked like it was just kicked up and out, but yeah, like you said,
we'll take it.
Hell, I mean, the Raiders will certainly take it. And House back for another goal kick. 19:37 left here in the first half. As House sends another one long here, past the 40. Raiders headed over past midfield.
Hobrath back to Chong. Chong out to Cooper.
Cooper down to Winkle. Winkle somehow keeps it in. He's got some space. He's moving in. Top of the box, Winkle. And a slide tackle by John Carroll there.
Very, very tricky skill there by Winkle. I've never seen anything like it. That was very nice. Ooh.
Cross over the other side. Cooper. And Cooper tries to head it, but just can't quite get it in. Sends it wide right into the hands of Robinson. John Carroll ball.
Ooh, miscontrol from John Carroll, and it's going to be a Mount throw-in deep inside John Carroll half. Josh Lewis is going to take this throw-in.
Short toss in here for the Raiders. Taps it ahead. Double team pass. Finds a guy. He might have daylight. Shot! And it's going to go high and over the goal.
Just a few feet. Ooh, the goalie's tipped it, I think.
Wait, are they saying?
Either that or it took a deflection off the defender's foot, but Mount Union's going to have a corner here. That was just a few feet over the bar.
Yeah, so it must have just gone over the, it must have gone just off the defender.
Yeah.
In front of him. Because it didn't look like Robinson got his hand on it. But corner kick here for Mount.
Josh Lewis on the kick.
And into the box, ahead, and it's going to be headed away.
He's going to swing it right back in.
Lewis back in, on the ground, kicked.
Bicycle kick.
Still free. Mount Union still has it, passes it out to Lewis. Lewis, a chip up into the box. Robinson can't quite get it. And
out for another Mount throw-in. Mount's really piling the pressure on John Carroll right now.
And even though they aren't scoring here, they're still just keeping ratcheting up the pressure here, and that's only going to benefit them. Short pass here for the Raiders. Coming around the right side, a chip into there. Headed away by John Carroll. Hobrath, pardon me. Hobrath into the box. He might have a man. And Robinson's going to get it slammed there just a little early and get the ball for the save.
You can kind of sense one coming from Mount Union here.
I mean, undeniably, the momentum's on the side of the Purple Raiders here as John Carroll sends it down up to midfield. Raiders coming away with it. Cooper is going to bounce it back. And it's going to be relayed back to Hallis here for a kick. And he's going to send a nice, not his longest boot of the night up, just inside his half of the field. But a long pass by Mount Union down along the sideline. Keeps it in. He's got two guys going down to the box. Moving in. And then
looked for a layoff there. Nobody was there for him.
But cleared out along the sideline here, this near sideline by John Carroll. So Raiders getting a toss here.
We're going to have
Entering
some
the game for
substitutions.
John Carroll, number 14, Connor Mendel.
2 for John Carroll.
Entering the game for the Purple Raiders, number 12, Colton Priester.
And Colton Priester will be coming on for Mount.
And Connor Mendel coming on for the Blue Streaks. But Raiders after the toss in, trying to get something going here, but the Blue Streaks come away with it. A little bit of shoving here.
Do a little physical battle there.
And Wickle passes it on up. Pass back to and the pass to Wickle just a little short, picked off by John Carroll.
Overy's going to play the ball out wide. Out to Wrist. Yeah, Overy's lost the ball there. And, never mind. I guess it's going to be called for Mount Union. It's going to be a Mount Union free kick.
And you can see the frustration from the John Carroll coach all the way from up here after that decision there by the refs. But
it looked to me as if it was going to go the other way, but
that's what I thought. But looks like it's going to be free kick Mount Union. Free kick into the box. And just a little too high for any Raider to get to it, and easy save by Robinson.
John Carroll goalie plays the ball out quick, and they're going to look to counter, but an errant pass ends that very quickly.
And shoot. Finds a man in mid-center of the field. Back to shoot. Shooting a double team, loses the ball, and it's going to get out of bounds. And toss in here for the Blue Streaks.
We're going to have another substitution for John Carroll here.
Substitution for John Carroll, number 33, Brendan Swan.
Brendan Swan, number 33, will come in.
Shoot, toss in. John Carroll, center of the field here. Now the far sideline, trying to do something. And
another John Carroll player is really looking to get decisions from the ref here. He went down kind of easy there again, but
yeah, we got another Blue Streak. Takes a bit of a tumble there as his pass heads out of bounds for a Purple Raider toss.
Overy's clear it, but
blocked by Mount in the box. A shot.
Good call from the ref there. Definitely hit the arm of the player.
A scary moment there for Hallis, but thankfully it appears they called we got a handball down there on the field.
Yeah, Overy just took a little bit too long to clear that one, but luckily it hit the John Carroll forward's hand.
And the ensuing shot goes just wide left. A scary moment. And House, a long boot down there inside the 30. Headed up.
Little push there from the Mount player. It's going to be a John Carroll kick, and they play it quickly.
A little bit of physicality there, and Blue Streaks get the call. John Carroll looking for some hole in this defensive front here to get someone moving here. 12:37 to go here in the first.
More possession, just a lot of possession, but a little bit of a mistouch there from John Carroll, and they're just going to clear it off the Mount player. It's going to be a John Carroll throw.
And John Carroll just sends it off Hobrath, and they'll get the toss.
The game for John Carroll, number 18, Adam Haas. Number 39, Cooper Bizjack.
Cooper Bizjack. Yep, Bizjack. Coming on here for the Blue Streaks.
Mount Union's going to win possession back, but clear it straight out of play. It's going to be another John Carroll throw on about the same spot. physical battles, and Mount's going to give away another throw. A little, probably 10 yards more up the field. John Carroll slowly moving up the field with these throw-ins.
This Mount Union defense continues to just bend but not quite break here.
Ooh, that one looked kind of soft, but there are no complaints from the Mount players. And it's going to be a free kick for John Carroll at around the 20-yard line. Good opportunity to swing a ball in here.
Yeah, a little bit of physicality there. They know they did it. It's no big deal. I mean, it's a free kick, far sideline, 21-yard line. Not a major threat by any means. Sent into the box there.
Ooh, free.
And tapped up and way over the goal by the John Carroll player there.
Looks like he was wide open. One of the Mount players failed to track their runner there. Well, quite frankly, that was a really bad miss.
Yeah, I mean, he just thought a little too much about that. I mean, as number 17 for the Blue Streaks, Jared McDowell, just thought a little bit too hard, put a little bit too much sauce on it, send it up high. Hal sends it deep.
Adam Pacino has come in for Mount.
Mount Union on the intercept. Cooper.
Out wide for Pacino, back to Cooper, and cleared away by Mount.
Send deep down the field. There we got a Raider in pursuit. Raiders got, and a missed touch there as John Carroll gets the ball back. And John Carroll once again finding themselves here midfield, probing this Mount Union defense for Lord knows how manyth time tonight, as this defense refuses to give them any ground here. Chung
wins the ball back, but then gives it away. And John Carroll's coming forward here. Good little give and go there, but a missed touch. Wins it back, and then it's back to John Carroll again.
Shoot. Tries to put some moves. Shoot. Across into the box. Tapped away by his guy. Blue Streaks still have it top of the box. A chip into the box. Headed away by Mount. And a whiff there by the Blue Streaks.
And cleared away.
As it's sent way down deep into John Carroll territory.
John Carroll just looking to swing the ball around. A little chip into the box. Cleared away by Cooper. Egan wins possession back, but knocks it off the John Carroll defender, and it's going to be a Mount throw. And we're going to see another substitution for Mount. It looks like Nick Fuchs will be coming on for Ben Obrist.
For Mount Union, number 15, Nicholas Fuchs.
Nicholas Fuchs, my bad.
And a bit of a tussle there. Some scuffling there along the far sideline, center field, for a long pass down the field to clear by Mount. 7:40 left here in the first half. John Carroll moving it up. Shoot. Splits the defenders with a pass. But the Raiders managed to come away with it. Chung with the ball.
Good little footwork there, just to get the ball to Egan. Mount keeping a little bit of possession of their own here. We'll see how long this lasts. Egan with a long switch to Cooper. Back to Bells. And he's going to switch it to Egan.
John Carroll, prime position, top of the box.
Good block from Overy there. Took one right in the back. Can't be the greatest feeling in the world there, but
oh, certainly not.
He's taking it like a
But
man.
a great defensive play there.
Ooh. Good use of his shoulder there. Completely legal, but it looked a bit aggressive, but it was completely legal.
Yeah, I mean, great move there by John Carroll, lowering the shoulder, getting a little physical to bump the Mount Union player just away enough so he can keep the ball.
Good job by the ref there, letting that play on. You usually don't see that with most refs would call that, but he's done the right thing there.
And John Carroll is going to send it up. And that might have been good there. I think that was a field goal, actually, but way high above the goal for a goal kick here from Hallis. As we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first half, still tied up 0-0.
It looks like Mount's going to make a sub. It's going to be Jack Erickson, freshman.
Number
24, Jack Erickson.
Entering the
Entering the game for John Carroll, number 22, Justin LaFountain.
And Justin LaFountain coming in for the Blue Streaks. As Hallis sends a low one up past midfield. Bounces off a pair of players, but John Carroll comes away with it. Blue Streaks probing. Finds Shoot on the near sideline. And Shoot's been a reliable target for them.
Yeah,
as they've looked to get started here consistently tonight.
Yeah, they're looking to bring the ball down here. He's got some good footwork, and he can cross the ball fairly well. It looks like they're relying on him a bit to get some balls into the box.
Certainly, as he seems to be getting the line shares. And another kick from John Carroll is going to go wide up and through the goalpost for another field goal here. And another goal kick for the Raiders. Hallis is going to send this one more towards the near sideline this time. No one gets a hand on initially, headed by the Blue Streaks. Right into the Raiders. Right to the Blue Streaks. And the Blue Streaks finally come away with the ball.
Yeah, looks like they're going to play a long ball here.
And they do. Chung in there.
Chung intercepts, but just can't get the ball clear. Bounce back and pressing again.
Shoot. Shoot on the near sideline. Moving up. Across into the box. Shoot again. Shoot another cross. Headed away by the Raiders.
Mount needs to find a way to stop Shoot from getting these crosses into the box. They're struggling with getting out there and trying to block them. These crosses aren't the greatest so far, but can't let it continue to happen.
But a very skilled player, nonetheless, and certainly been a thorn in this defense's side tonight. Back for the corner, into the box, across.
Ooh my! Was that? Looks like it was Jared McDowell again with another great opportunity.
And he's going to send it way high, and this time it's not a field goal for the Blue Streaks here, as this one goes wide of the goalpost.
Mounts has 2 subs here. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Sarkishan and Tucker Ramirez.
Blue Streaks. Ooh, a fancy spin move there by number 17 for the Blue Streaks, Jared McDowell. As John Carroll tries to get something going here as we enter the final 2:30 left, 2:30 of this half. Long pass here across the field, top of the box.
Won by John Carroll, but then Overy intercepts, gets the ball clear. Let's see if Mount can get at least one more shot left in this half. They got 2 minutes, they got plenty of time. Just see if they can test their goalie. Goalie hasn't had much to do on the other end. In fact, neither goalie has really had much to do.
Yeah, I mean, both goalies have kind of had moments where they face pressure, but nothing.
Yeah, no miraculous saves or anything.
Yeah,
like
nothing. Not high quantity.
Yeah.
And Shoot here.
Good interception.
Pass picked off.
Bells, but
John Carroll, you can see the urgency here.
Yeah, it looks like they've kind of picked up the momentum.
And the long kick from over on the far sideline around the 20 is going to head across the field out of bounds. Goal kick, Hallis. 1:33 left here in the first half. And you could really see the urgency from that offense at that moment.
Yeah, John Carroll's really starting to press now.
They really wanted to try and put some pressure on real quick. See if they could get something going, but to no avail. And another long boot here from Hallis. Won by John Carroll. Raiders managed to come away with it. A little bit of some physicality down there. Raiders still got the ball. Pass over to Cooper. Cooper trying to get past his man. Cooper, a pass that's going to get picked off by the Blue Streaks. John Carroll ball midfield. Under a minute to play here in the first half. And a long pass here by John Carroll. On the near sideline. They find Shoot. Yet again, Shoot. A chip to the top of the goal. Top of the box, pardon me.
Poked away by Fuchs. And it took a nick off of the John Carroll defender, and it's going to go out for a throw.
20 seconds left here. Not much they're going to do.
It looks like Mounts just kind of jog it out, just take their time, kind of run the clock down.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to do much more here than just toss it in and send a long boot down the field.
Yep,
that's exactly what they do here. Is they send it up high, out of bounds.
That's going to be a half.
And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half here of tonight's game, here at Mount Union Stadium, Purple Raiders and the John Carroll Blue Streaks remain tied here 0-0 in what's been a very competitive and very back and forth battle here. And we'll be back in just a few minutes for the WRMU halftime show.
So yeah.
All right, he's at 10.
I don't have it until after that.
I got
Okay. I already have a resume. I already talked to him. I already have one. I already have one. It's on my computer. Oh my god, it's on my computer and I can use my freaking senior headshots. Or my I don't have access to the headshots. Freaking A&M has access to the headshots. I don't have them. No, you're just gonna keep saying okay. It's just unfair. There's just no fairness in this right now. You will. Oh my god. That is your only.
You guys want to go?
Not, because I should have added freaking first place. That's fine. No, I still have 5 minutes and 21 seconds, Dad. I'm not done. Like catch him? I'm at the stadium. The JCU game is right Oh, there's the guy that's going to go on stage. Yeah. I did I didn't party everything. I was going to go talk to him. Come Okay, I did the audition. I told him I was going to get access to the
So if you're 100 or pay for this.
WRMU halftime show as we get ready to get back here for the second half here. A quick recap of the first half. Both teams playing very tight soccer here, great defensively. Not a whole lot of chances either way for both teams. What were your thoughts on the first half, Mike?
Well, at the beginning, it was pretty much all John Carroll. John Carroll was pressing. Mount was doing what they do best and just combating that. They weren't letting much happen. And then for a good 10-15 minute spell, Mount began to really press. They had a bunch of chances off the corners. That's where they primarily create chances, and they couldn't get anything from it. But towards the end of the half, John Carroll began to press again, and well, it's usually how Mount plays, and it tends to work. So
yeah, I mean that through the first half, John Carroll 9 shots, but only one actually on goal.
Yeah, they had a few really. They had a few where they just swung and missed, and they had a few where they absolutely skied.
So great job defensively there, not letting John Carroll get any shot on the goal against Hallis. Great job by the Purple Raiders there. And on the flip side, Purple Raiders not much better. I mean, 7 shots total and just one more shot on goal.
Yeah.
Neither team really getting a lot of great shots here off early, as both teams have been playing very well defensively in the final third.
Yeah. Defensively, both teams have been very strong. And it's just a matter of time until one of them breaks the other team down.
And it looked like the Raiders were doing that for a good portion of time early in the first half. It really looked like the Raiders were really getting momentum on their side, and like they were probably just one person being an inch that way or this way from being able to make a big move, get a shot, and go up in the game. But it's still 0-0 here as players get ready to take they are taking the field. But as we get ready to kick off the second half here at Mount Union Stadium. And for the Blue Streaks, it looks like we got number 21 for them, Jared Motti, up there ready to kick off to start the second half. Ref's coming out.
Looks like an unchanged line for Purple Raiders. No changes. Fairly good turnout for this game.
Yeah, I mean, for a soccer game at a football and primarily football and basically also a basketball school.
Yeah, good turnout.
Yeah, I mean, for a sport that typically you don't see a lot of guys turn out for. Pretty good turnout here for this top 20 matchup here as the Blue Streaks get underway.
Back right where they left off in the first half with possession around the back.
And defense coming after him this time. Wickle in there forcing him to pass it away.
Ooh, and short pass there.
Mount Union on the move. Oh, poked away by John Carroll here. Hobrath and Wickle still in the thick of things, though, and Mount's going to get the ball. Pass down the far sideline. Hobrath.
Looks a bit heavy from Cooper, and it is.
And they're going to get a goal kick here for the Blue Streaks. And Robinson's going to put it on the ground as he prepares to send it deep. Defense expecting a deep kick here, backing up. And they're going to get one. It's going to land perfectly on the 40-yard line, headed by John Carroll, headed away by the Raiders. And Hobrath in there trying to get the ball back for the Raiders. That's going to be a toss for Mount Union there off the John Carroll. And a long pass along the sideline. Wickle barely keeps it in bounds. Passes up. And stolen away by John Carroll.
It's going to be cleared off John Carroll now for a throw-in just in front of the Mount Union bench.
That's close. That to me looked like it went off of Mount Union there, but Refs are going to say one off John Carroll.
Yeah, not an easy one to call.
Certainly not. But the toss, John Carroll boots it down. And we've got a bit of a sequence of headers going on here.
Yeah.
Back and forth. And we got a Raider.
Oh, he's called it the other way.
And then a blue streak go down. And, yep, that's going to be a foul on the Raiders here. So free kick for John Carroll.
Good chance to send the ball into the box here.
That's for sure. Yep, and the defense really crowding up here. Top of the box, expecting a deep kick here. And they're going to get one deep into the box. Right to Hallis for a nice save there.
Did not opt to play quick there. Just opted to let his team get forward, regroup.
Decided to play it safe there. So he sends an absolute boot high up to the far sideline.
It's probably going to bounce out of play here.
Yeah, and it will.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's going to be a toss for John Carroll. Just under 42 minutes to play here in regulation. Tapped ahead by John Carroll. We got a Raider and a blue streaking in pursuit, and
it's going to be a corner for John Carroll. Just passed out of play by Union center back.
Well, out of bounds off the Raiders, so corner kick for the blue streaks. Defense getting set here, top of the box. John Carroll's got one guy way deep. He's going to curve it in. It's still loose. Ball's loose. It just rolls right down. I mean, that rolls straight down the goal line. Somehow gets cleared by the Raiders, and John Carroll's going to send one just out of bounds from deep.
Scary one there.
Oh, yes, a scary moment there. I mean, doesn't quite get it. House doesn't quite get it.
Yeah.
And that ball, it's not an exaggeration. That ball rolled straight down that line.
Yeah.
Just maybe a couple inches out of it. I can't believe a John Carroll player didn't tap it in.
Yeah. Couldn't tell who it was, but a Raider player originally blocked the ball because it was heading straight in from a header, and somebody blocked it, and the ball rolled across the line, and luckily for the Raiders, it stayed out.
And John Carroll gets the ball off the goal kick.
It's just a little warning there for Mount.
And John Carroll's going to boot it out of bounds, so toss in here for the Raiders.
Right at midfield.
Short toss there before being intercepted by the Streaks. Raiders get it back, though.
Ooh, poor touch there.
Oh, but it's tapped ahead. This could be a chance.
Angle was tight. He didn't have a real good angle to shoot there, and the ball was bouncing very awkwardly.
Not much he could have done there.
Yeah,
it's going to be a goal kick here for Robinson. And a long kick by Robinson, headed by John Carroll, headed by the Raiders. Header won by John Carroll. John Carroll trying to do something here. Defense hounding. And the falling errant pass over to the far sideline.
Intercepted by Cooper there.
Just over 39 to play here in regulation. Robinson comes up for a pass. Streaks. Just going to pass it down towards the near sideline. Back across to the far sideline.
Yeah.
And just coming up slow. Bring the ball up slow here.
Yep, just slow possession. Looking for a gap to play the ball into.
Shoot.
Plays the ball long, switching into the box. Ball's
headed out by the Raiders.
Yeah.
Tapped ahead. Hobrath moving up. Hobrath a pass. He's got his man. A pass up ahead. This could be a shot. And
goalie's off his line to protect the ball as it goes out of bounds.
It's just going to be a little too far down the field.
Good idea there.
For the Raiders to get a hand on it. Goal kick here for Robinson. low boot here up past midfield, headed back by the Raiders. Hobrath's there. Just can't get there in time.
Good little dummy there. Cheeky, got me.
Yeah, looked like he was going to do it and just kind of let it go right between his legs for a toss here for the Raiders. High and long here. Ooh, a little bit of a shove from behind there from the Raiders. As Wickel there. A little bit of a shove there from behind. And it's going to be a free kick for the Streaks here. And a long kick there. Won by Mount Union. Hobrath. Hobrath the pass ahead. Finds his man. Near sideline. Oh! And
Just a collision, just late. Nothing, no malice in it.
yeah, Haas there goes airborne going for the ball and runs into Wickel there and gets flipped. But like you said, I mean, no malice there.
Yeah,
Pardon me, that wasn't Wickel. That's number 9, Panaya, Xavier Panaya. But yeah, I mean, like you said, no malice there. It's just,
late. The ref gave him a warning, no card.
yeah. John Carroll on the attack now, tapped out by Mount Union. And it's going to be a toss in here, down towards the corner here, just across from the top of the box on the far sideline.
Long throw in here.
Into the box, on the ground,
Nobody.
and it's going to be booted out by Mount Union.
Yep. Good win there by Chong. Mount wins possession and looks to go up the field.
Raiders moving up the sideline. Raiders keep going. And a great slide tackle there.
Looked like it was off of John Carroll, but it deflected off the foot of the Mount Union player, and it's out for the throw.
And Turretin there. Will Turretin for the Streaks. Great slide tackle there. Pass in, cross into the box. Blocked by the Raiders. Headed away. Down the sideline. And Streaks keep it in. And the Streaks get set. Fall back to get set. Turretin.
Yep, more possession, more possession. You can see Mount Union's coach just telling him to relax a little bit, relax, just absorb some pressure.
And that ball is going to head out of bounds. Yep, out of bounds, and they're going to get a toss to the Streaks here.
And we'll most likely be seeing another long throw by Shoot here. And we do.
Into the box. Knocked away by Hallis there.
Alice punches.
And the Raiders are going to clear here. 34-17 left in the regulation. Long kicking to the box. Right to Hallis.
Easy one for him.
Yeah, just a routine save here for Hallis. Blue Streaks fighting for the ball on the far sideline now. And they'll get it. Oh, a little bit of a missed touch there. Still got it though. Split some defenders there.
One back by Mount.
And the Raiders moving. Getting set now.
Schroeder out here. Oh,
Ooh!
miscontrol, and it's going to be a John Carroll throwing.
And a bad mistouch there by Schroeder there on the sideline to give John Carroll a toss, pardon me. Turretin, a line drive pass to the far sideline. Pass, top of the box, headed away by Mount. Header won by John Carroll. Raiders get it though.
Good tackle by John Carroll player there.
Pass deflected. Nutmeg there by the Raiders. Right between the legs of the John Carroll defender. Hobrath snatches in the ankle of Turretin. But the Blue Streaks managed to come away with the ball.
More possession as John Carroll slowly advancing the field.
Turretin.
Shoot, probably good. Looking to find a gap to cross the ball, but Egan comes in with a very good tackle.
No call. Blue Streak down, no call. Play continues. Streaks still have the ball. Raider defense getting set here. Being determined to continue to bend, but not break. And a long pass down towards the corner. Headed by Mount. And it's going to be touched out of bounds by the Raiders. Toss John Carroll.
Going to see 2 John Carroll substitutions here.
John Carroll substitutions. Number 10, Lawrence Carasomo. And number 20, Justin Brown.
And for the Blue Streaks coming on, number 20, Justin Brown. Number 10, Lawrence Cersasimo.
Good cross into the box, and Palace collects. Again, taking it slow, letting his team get up the field a little bit. Trying to ease the pressure on Mount.
And a high boot up past midfield here with just under 31 left to play in regulation. Header by the Blue Streaks down the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. Toss Mount Union.
Now it gives the ball away. John Carroll's looking to attack. A little bit of a sloppy play, and I was going to win it back.
Yep. Hobrath there. Some fancy footwork.
Schroeder looking for the run of Pinaya, but
Pinaya gets a little bit of shove there. Still has the ball. Near sideline. Makes a move. He's going to cross it into the box. And it's going to be sent away by John Carroll. Back to Pinaya. And it's going to be touched away into the hands of John Carroll. Turretin a boot down the field. And a mistouch by his teammate there, number 7.
Good chance for Mount
Mikey
to regroup here.
Burrington.
Josh Lewis just advancing the ball. He's going to continue his run.
Lewis.
Schroeder with
Schroeder now. Schroeder now. Nice move by Schroeder. Back to Lewis now.
Tackled.
And it's going to be sent. Yep, out of bounds off John Carroll. That's going to be a toss for the Raiders.
It's going to be Cooper on this throw. Throws it into Hobrath, but he loses it, but Chung wins it back. He's just going to play the ball back to Lewis. Lewis gives it away. Overy with a big header.
Yeah, and a big play by Overy there, just diving in there to get the header and break that up. And Mount's going to get the ball here and a free kick with 28:48 to play here in regulation.
This is a good opportunity for Mount. This is where they thrive.
Great opportunity to put a long pass here into the box. Maybe get a header in to open the scoring. And a long one into the box right inside.
Ball.
Headed on the ground. Ooh. And John Carroll's going to send it up high and out of bounds here along the near sideline.
Wickle very frustrated there. He did everything he possibly could. That was very well drawn up by Mount. Just headed the ball right across the box, and nobody was there to do anything with it.
That's for sure. And Schroeder here for the toss for the Raiders.
We've got a sub for Mount. Colton Priester has come in for Xavier Pinat.
And a short toss just past the Mount John Carroll defender. And it's going to be tapped out of bounds.
Very close to the John Carroll defender's hand there, but moved it out of the way just in time.
Short toss to Hobrath. Hobrath trying to do something here. Fakes out his man and can't get a hold of the ball again.
Tried to do a little too much there.
That was a nice move there. Really faked out his guy there. And John Carroll heads it down the field just to get tapped out by Lewis for John Carroll toss. And the Raiders win the toss.
Cleared away by Overy, another John Carroll throw. Bicycle kick by Overy, but it's going to go straight to the center of the box.
Up high, still on the ground.
Cleared away by Overy again. This man's everywhere right now. It looked like we were going to have 2 subs for John Carroll there, and started walking away, but the referee's forcing them to come on now.
Checking into the game for John Carroll, number 6, Mitchell Kotheimer, and number 14, Connor Mendel.
Yep, and coming on for the Blue Streaks, Mitchell Kotheimer and Connor Mendel. And a shot deflects off the defender. And that should be a corner here for the Blue Streaks, and it will be.
Just over 25 here left in the half.
And a low into the box, up off the cross. I think that's off the crossbar of the field goal.
Yeah, once again though, that's the 3rd opportunity John Carroll's had off of a set piece. Mount's struggling with those. They're making these runs and they keep losing their man, and they're getting free chances. Their finishing just isn't quite there today.
And off the goal kick, John Carroll's going to win it, but boots it down to a pair of Raiders. Lewis.
Yeah.
Lewis to Schroeder. Schroeder down the sideline. They have his man. That's a Raider. Raiders. Oh, we got a Raider down, and looks like he's banged up a little bit.
Very nasty challenge, and the ref has not called that.
Yeah, he's holding his knee there. That's number 12, Colton Priester for the Raiders, who went down there. But
I think the referees missed that one there, but yeah, Mount's got a throw in here. He can launch one into the box.
And it's Schroeder back for the toss here. Into the box.
It's going to be a corner.
Yep. Oh, and they're going to rule a corner here. Robinson thinks it's a goal kick. And the refs are going to rule it a goal kick for the Raiders here. Very close there as it comes in. Just kind of drops between a bunch of players there to the left of the goal and goes out of bounds off of John Carroll. So goal kick for the Raiders here. Mount getting set here. Keeps it on the ground, top of the box, tapped in, on the ground, and
it's going to be cleared away by John Carroll. Not very far, but it's going to do the trick as it goes to one of their own players. It's going to be played all the way up the field, but Overy's going to head that way back the other way.
And things get a little chippy there up in midfield for a sec.
Yeah. Both players jumping up like ninjas trying to kick the ball.
Exactly. And John Carroll, a shot.
Good call by the referee there. John Carroll player went for a diving header and threw himself into 2 Mount players, knocking them both over. And he's called it in favor of a Mount Union free kick inside their own box.
And the John Carroll coaches were irate there at the call there. Certainly expecting a penalty shot for their guys. and sorely disappointed with the actual result. And House back here for the free kick. House sends it, certainly not his longest or his highest, but past midfield here. And John Carroll moving up before it's booted way down the field by the Raiders, right to the hands of Robinson. I believe that was Lewis there on the long boot. 22-23 to play here in regulation as Robinson sends it deep down the field. Header by John Carroll down the sideline. Wickle. And they're going to say it didn't go off Wickle, and they're going to award a toss to the Raiders here.
We've got an issue with the John Carroll coach here. Referee's going over to tell him to shut up pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, must be, you got to figure that's probably what it is. He must be chirping down the sidelines.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of that would make sense.
Yeah.
But Raiders getting set now. And a long pass down the field, but there's going to be no one there but blue streaks. And John Carroll will take over here. Robinson rolls it out to his right. Finds Haas. Haas passes it over back to the far sideline. Back to Haas. John Carroll slowing things up here. Haas sends a boot down the field just to be headed away by Chung. Great play by Chung there. Break that pass up. And the Raiders going to come away with it. Schroeder. Schroeder's going to send it down along the sideline. Hobrath there.
It's just going to be headed out of play by the John Carroll player, and it's going to be in throw in for Mount as they make a substitution.
Yep, Haas heads it, taps it, goes out of bounds, and Schroeder's going to come down here for a toss.
Adam passing those back in.
Oh, my correction. It's Lewis that they've chosen to have go down for the toss this time, not Schroeder like we've been seeing a lot this half.
It's almost like they've been switching positions the whole half. It's a weird little system they've got.
And, oh!
He's just kept on to it. He almost kept it through like 4 tackles there.
Raiders managed to get it off a deflection. And it's going to head out bounds off of Mount. That's going to be John Carroll ball.
Mount's going to win it back.
Priester.
Fairly far into the John Carroll half, and they're going to switch it over to Cooper, and he's going to have some space to run into, but his pass out wide to Wickle is poor, and it's gone out for a John Carroll throw-in.
Long toss down the sideline, headed back by the Raiders. Header won by Mount. Another header won by John Carroll this time. John Carroll's on the fast break, and it's broken up by the Raiders here.
Chung went up for a header there, and he's not come down too well. He's limping. He's struggling to walk a little bit. He's trying to run it off. We'll see how it goes. Just hoping that he's okay.
And touched out of bounds here by the Raiders, so it's going to be another toss here by John Carroll in the Mount Union defensive third of the field here on the near sideline.
Long throw here by John Carroll.
Just inside the box there, headed away by the Raiders.
It's going to be off of actually John Carroll.
And the John Carroll player runs into the Raider, takes him down, and they're going to give the ball to the Raiders here.
That call from the referee didn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, it looks like they called a foul there.
Yeah, the ball rolled out for a goal kick, and it would have benefited Mount Union more to just have the goal kick, but he's called the free kick anyway.
And a nice header back, though it's going to end up going out of bounds. And John Carroll's going to have another toss here.
Little back heel there from John Carroll player, but sprayed forward again by Mount. And then back again from John Carroll. Uh-oh. Just gets out of it, Bells there.
Schroeder now. Schroeder on the near sideline. Schroeder's tripped up, but the refs are going to call it clean. Saying it was all ball. And Schroeder and John Carroll player get tied up there. Both go down. Oh, and number 13 for John Carroll as well. Jared Nero.
Little scuffle there.
And looks like they're just going to call a foul here.
Schroeder was not happy with that one. He felt as if he was fouled first, but the referee's going to call it John Carroll's way, and it's going to be a good opportunity for them to swing the ball into the box again.
Yeah, and Turretin back for the Blue Streaks here to take the free kick. Great opportunity here, just under 17 minutes left in regulation. John Carroll moving in, and that's going to go way to the left side of the box and out of bounds. Yep, and they're going to award it to the Raiders here, saying it went out untouched. And things certainly have gotten a little bit chippier here in the second half, for sure.
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit more physicality out of both teams, and really saw it come out there on that play between Schroeder and Ianiro. Lewis sends it back to midfield. Raiders trying to get something going.
It's going to be just barely get.
Oh, and they're going to say it went just out of bounds off of number 31, Mario Abumitru, for the Blue Streaks, and it's going to be a toss here for the Raiders. Lewis's toss is going to be headed by a pair of John Carroll players for heading out of bounds here on the near sideline down the Mount Union defensive third.
Just rolled out of play off John Carroll.
Off the toss, Raiders have it. Nutmegs a man. Raiders still got it. John Carroll intercepts.
Yeah, very crammed over here. There's not a lot of space. Both teams seem convinced that they need to work the ball through that.
Turretin being hounded. Turretin almost loses the ball.
Ooh, slipped there from the center back as he loses his shoe, but...
Oh, Raiders can't quite get it hold. Would have been a great fast break chance there. Raiders trying to get something going. Pass up.
Oh, very, very good tackle there from number 8 for John Carroll.
Yeah, Chase Ferncorn
just got his foot ahead of the Mount Union attacker. Mount Union attacker would have sprayed that out wide, and they were in on goal.
Yeah, it was almost a fantastic fast break there for the Raiders, but John Carroll just managed to come up with a great defensive stop there. Hold them off.
Cobrass back in for the game for Union, and it looks like John Carroll's made a sub, but I'm unsure of who that would be.
Entering the game for Mount Union, number 4.
And a bit of a back and back here going up toward at midfield. Raiders come away with the ball.
Strong tackle there from John Carroll, but he wins the ball, and they're gonna go on the attack here. But Hobrath recovers well and wins the ball back.
Raiders trying to get set here. Put some pressure back on the Blue Streaks. Pass across the field. Moving up the far sideline. Picked off by John Carroll.
Yeah.
And a pass that's going to go straight to House there for an easy pickup.
Yep.
13:33 left here to play in regulation. And you got to wonder, are we going to overtime here? Because it certainly could be looking like it, the way this game's been going.
Still plenty of time, but yeah, nothing much has happened this half. It's just a lot of back and forth in the midfield. Lewis plays the ball forward, but a miscommunication by Mount as they lose the ball, and John Carroll wins it back.
Raiders sent to the ground. Schroeder. Refs are gonna play on.
Good pressure there by Egan to allow Schroeder to recover back into his position.
And a pass up high into the box.
Hallis recovers.
Hallis managed to just go up and somehow snag that ball with the John Carroll defender. John Carroll player coming straight at him.
A lot of bodies hit the floor there, but
At a jab, he had a John Carroll player head actually into the goal. Take a tumble, but long boot. John Carroll's going to get it.
more possession from John Carroll and poor pass.
Misreads the ball there. Yeah, Mendel there for the Blue Streaks just kind of misreads where the ball's going, and it's going to go out of bounds for a Mount Union toss.
We're going to have two Mount Union subs here. One looks like it's going to be Tucker Ramirez.
Number 5, Tucker Ramirez. And number 9, Xavier Panaya.
And Xavier Panaya is back on.
And Lewis finds his man, although the Blue Streaks get there soon enough to take it back.
Headed away by Ramirez and out for a John Carroll throw in just in midfield. Big header there won by John Schroeder. Ramirez plays the ball forward, but it's given away. More possession here from John Carroll.
And a pass up top of the box. Deflected by the Raiders. John Carroll still gets it, though. A little bit of a back and forth here. Blue Streaks still have the ball. And an errant pass picked up by the Raiders. Pass ahead to Hobrath. Blue Streaks get it off the deflection.
Yep, and John Carroll almost at a walking tempo here with the ball, really trying to slow down and really trying to get their tactics right.
Really trying to set in here. A long kick, top of the box, headed by Mount Union. Raiders with the clear.
One back by Hobrath. Cooper goes to Chung, and Chung still has possession somehow, but finally loses it. And Ramirez is going to play it out wide to Hobrath, and he looks to play the ball forward, but the run wasn't there, and John Carroll's going to pick possession back up again.
John Carroll sends it back up to shoot at midfield and out of bounds.
We're going to have one substitution for each team here. It looks like Rylan Wickles coming back on from Mount.
Entering the game for Mount Union, number 8, Rylan Weichel. Entering the game for John Carroll, number 15, Nicholas Ruggiero.
And number 15, Nicholas Ruggiero is going to come on for John Carroll.
And off the toss, John Carroll sends it away. Raiders still have it, though. On the near sideline, somehow they keep it in. Lewis. Blue Streak hits the deck. Play continues.
Yep. There was a foul going to be called there by the referee, but there is advantage played.
And it's going to be cleared out by Mount Union here for a John Carroll toss.
8 minutes left here.
And the toss misplayed. Mount Union toss here, 7:56 left here in regulation. the Blue Streaks. Brown's going to send it off a Raider. Should get the Blue Streaks another toss here.
Played forward by John Carroll, but again headed away by the Mount Union defense.
John Carroll moving it back up again, getting to the top of the box here. John Carroll, top of the box, a shot.
Ooh, very close one there.
Yeah, very close there. Just goes a little high, up and over for a goal kick here from Hallis. 6:53 left in regulation.
Number 7, Mikey Burrington.
Looks like John Carroll's made a sub. It looks like number 7, Mikey Burrington, coming on for the first time in this game. Or not the first time, but first time in a while.
John Carroll forced Mount Union back into the defensive third. And a sliding attempt there by the Raiders, but still going to go out of bounds. There's going to be a toss here. John Carroll moving down top of the box. Tapped away by the Raiders. Hobrath splits 2 defenders just to find a third. And John Carroll's back in business here. Into the box. Right into the hands of Hallis.
Mount Union's really, really struggling to get anything going forward here. It's been a while since they've even had a shot.
Yeah, for sure. They're really being contained here by the Blue Streaks.
Yeah.
Into their own end of the field. A stark contrast to what was happening in the first half.
Yeah.
Skirmish at midfield. We got a free kick coming up, and it's going to be for the Raiders. 5:26 left in regulation. And a great opportunity for the Raiders to get this ball back down in the box for another shot, potentially another shot on goal.
It's going to be...
He's going to send it deep into the box, headed by John Carroll. Mount maintains it though. Hobrath.
Back to Chung. Chung's going to look to play the ball out wide.
It's going to be broken up, and John Carroll's going to get a far sideline.
Going to look to play down line, but Overy's going to intercept. Try to play out, but he gives away as well. Good work there from Brian Bells just to let the ball go to run out of play. And Ramirez is going back off, and Christian Egan's coming back on.
Number 16, Christian Egan. And then entering the game for John Carroll, number 16, William Grubbs.
And number 16, William Grubbs is coming back on for John Carroll.
Hobrath tries to do something here in midfield, just going to pass it off to across the field.
Ooh, good.
Chung loses his guy. Finds Hobrath. Chip up right to a John Carroll player. And the Blue Streaks in business now. 1 on through. And great defensive play there by the Raiders. Shoot sends it up into the box. Headed by John Carroll. Headed by the Raiders. On the ground. Still on the ground. Still rolling. Still free. Left side of the box. John Carroll coming back in. Off a Raider. And booted away by the Raiders for the clear.
The Raiders were holding their breath on that one. But they persisted.
John Carroll back on the attack. Left side of the box. Headed away by Mount.
Back in. Ooh.
And that's going to go out of bounds. So that'll be a goal kick here from Hallis. And 2:50 left. I mean, Raiders definitely getting nervous here because they let one in. I mean, that's at this stage in the game, that's basically game over.
It's a good chance here on this goal kick for the Raiders to just take a deep breath, relax, and get organized.
They really need to just take this, get deep, even if they don't score, push into John Carroll territory.
Yes.
And give themselves a breather defensively for a sec. Ball on the ground. John Carroll has it. Tapped ahead, far sideline, shoot. And shoot's not going to get there. And it's going to be a Mount Union toss here. So we approach the 2-minute mark in regulation.
John Carroll advancing the ball field towards the top of the Raider box, but Bells is going to clear that all the way back to the other side of the field.
Right to Robinson. Robinson out of the box, up at the 25. Passed that one off to his teammates.
Mount Union really just sitting back, parking the bus, trying to just hold on till extra time, but
In the box, cross. Headed away, a dangerous head there from the Raiders to clear that as he goes up high
it was
and over the box.
yes, very dangerous, but very much needed as there was a player on the back post for John Carroll ready to tap the ball in.
That's for sure. And John Carroll getting set here for the corner. Turretin low on the ground. Raiders have it. Hobrat. And Hobrat's going to have it tapped away there
Just under 45 seconds left in this
by Ian Nero. And Lewis out for the toss. 37 left in regulation.
Mount really taking their time.
Only time for one more good try here. John Carroll sends it back deep up towards the top of the box. Headed by the Raiders. And out of bounds. Shoot to the top of the box.
Looked like he lifted his leg on that throw-in, but the ref did not seem to see that.
12 seconds left in play here. John Carroll ball.
8, 7, 6,
And
5.
ladies and gentlemen, a long shot forward. Headed away by the Raiders, and we're heading to overtime here at Mount Union Stadium. 0-0 the score here.
At the end of regulation, Mount Union 0.
Well, it's safe to say that John Carroll started to really take control of that second half. Mount without a shot in the second half at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. That's just what I was about to dig into. I mean, when we look at statistics, just overall statistics offensively, yeah, Mount didn't get a single actual shot on goal, or shot in general, in that whole half. With John Carroll, even John Carroll only getting 3, and not a single one being on goal. So very, very defensively oriented half there.
Yeah.
Much more so in the first, with really neither team having any opportunity to try and score there. But, you know, certainly some scary moments there for Hallis, though.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But, yeah, I mean, here we are, overtime. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better game here. Top 20, 2 top 20 opponents. Not to mention rivals that hate each other.
Yep.
Tonight's certainly living up to the billing. That's to say the least here.
Absolutely.
And as the teams go through their huddles here in the few minutes they have before the overtime period starts, we'll take a few minutes off and we'll be back in just a minute or so for the beginning of the first overtime period.
called D2L. Literally just type in D2L.
All right, and we're back here for the first overtime period here at Mountain Union Stadium in tonight's game between the John Carroll Blue Streaks and the Raiders of Mountain Union. Players getting ready to take the field here in their final little huddles here. Refs getting set, and we're about to get underway here for overtime. And Priester set to kick off for the Raiders to begin overtime.
Overtime is 2 10-minute periods if nobody scores, but if someone scores, the game ends there.
Sudden death overtime. 2 10-minute periods, and we're underway here.
If the game is tied at the end of the 2 10-minute periods, then the game ends in a draw.
Cooper here. Cooper with the toss. John Carroll off the deflection. Mountain Union, Breath manages to get it. John Carroll gets it back though. John Carroll up the sideline. Narrowly keeps it in bounds. Turton splits the defenders here. Finds his man.
Beats another one. Good slide there by Cooper to win the ball back.
And Wickel manages to get the ball for the Raiders. Kick deflected off of Mount Union, off the Blue Streaks.
John Carroll player went down really easily there.
But John Carroll player takes a tumble, and they're going to award it to the Blue Streaks here. Blue Streaks ball. 8:48 to play here in the first overtime period. And the free kick kept low. Bounces off a Raider.
Very odd free kick there.
Yeah.
Everybody piled it in, ready to head the ball, kind of going into the box, and he lasered it against the player standing at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, certainly very odd there. I mean, just keeps it real low, real hard. It doesn't get any elevation at all.
Yeah.
But
John Carroll looked to send a cross in there, and it looked like it was going behind for a corner, but the referee has spotted a deflection, and it's gone out for a corner.
Corner kick for the Streaks.
Big chance here for them. They've had a lot of success on the corners tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly been one of the strengths here when they've been able to get a corner, their best opportunities. Into the box, cross. What? Somehow
The ball's kept off the line.
the ball somehow is kept off the line. I mean, Mike, can you believe that? I mean, that looked like it went in.
I think the Mount Union player on the line hit it with his hand.
He must have. I mean, that looked like. I don't think that could. I honestly don't think that could have come much closer to being in. Without being in.
I'm honestly speacless right now. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the net move up there at the top, and I figured the ball hit it. Must have gone in, but it must have been a player getting in there. You know, the goalie or whatever. And you know, some of the John Carroll faithful down here below us certainly weren't happy with it. And across.
Another one from Mount. Mount has really got to step it up on these set pieces.
Yeah, I mean, they'd let that ball go straight in front of goal there.
Yeah, and the last one, I mean,
that's scary.
I don't even know what to say on the last one.
It almost cost them the game here. 6:50 left to play in regulation. I mean, well, first overtime. Hallis back for the goal kick. Sends it long, high. Headed back by John Carroll. Headed by the Raiders. Headed by John Carroll. And this one's going to head out. And they're going to give a toss here for the Raiders. Union sending it across midfield. Back across midfield. After a return. Header by the Blue Streaks.
Block. A little clearance there, block from Mount. They're going to win the ball at midfield and try to work something. It's not been going their way.
Hobrath loses the ball. Streaks take over. Pass back to Robinson. Robinson passes it to his right, finds a man on the far sideline. Back to Robinson. Robinson sends it back to the same man.
And back over this.
Yep, across the field.
Keep away by themselves.
Across the field, John Carroll trying to get set here. John Carroll's going to send one long. A header. Headed away by the Raiders. John Carroll managing to somehow, some way, maintain possession here.
Little back heel try there from the John Carroll player, and it doesn't work out, but Bells gives the ball away in his own box, but Mount Union recovers to block across, and it's going to be out for a John Carroll throw.
Yeah, and Bell's in there. Great job getting in there to block a pass.
We have
they're down low to the left of the box.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds ago. And
For John Carroll, number 21, Jared Matei.
And Jared Matei checking in for the Blue Streaks here. A toss up, headed out of bounds.
Referee's seen a deflection off of a header there.
Yep, and they're going to call a corner kick here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep, and it'll be a corner kick for John Carroll here.
Mount really needs to focus here.
This has definitely been their weak point today.
Yeah, very, very much. John Carroll has a huge size advantage here.
John Carroll into the box.
Headed away by Wickel, I think it was.
Yep. Kick on the ground, in the box. Still live, kicked out, cleared.
Back into the box
Back into the box from Mount. Hallis gets in on the action this time. Ball's still alive.
Mount player down, Mount in the box, and
he looks to be in pain down there.
It looks like Daniel Chung there, and he looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a lot of pain there. Hallis and his teammates coming over, and the refs are going to stop the play here with 3:45 left in the first overtime.
Yeah, Chung looks in a lot of pain. It looks like what might have happened is he might have fallen on the ground and he's either cramping or he fell on the ground and a player landed on him. You know, it looks like he's cramping.
That's certainly very possible out here. I mean, you see that a lot in soccer. Once you get in the late stages of the game, players that have been in all game, playing the whole time.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse at the middle, center of midfield, so he's been all over the place.
Yeah, guys who have been out there moving the whole game. Yeah. It's not uncommon for them to get dehydrated and start cramping up late.
Especially in his position, because he's got to be everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Midfielders, it's just part of their job. They've got to bounce back and forth. So they've got to cover the most distance just by the nature of their position.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yep, it is indeed Chung down there on the field, and yep, he's going to be helped off here by a trainer. Walking under his own power, though, so albeit with a limp, but certainly a good sign.
It looks like Tucker Ramirez is coming on here to replace him.
And we'll see how this impacts the Purple Raiders' defense here.
Yeah.
As they continue on through overtime and quite possibly into a second one. If they can close up and tighten up here down in the box.
Another long throw in from
Shoot. Yep, Shoot, another long touch. Shoot, a header in just to the left of the box.
Away from Cooper. It hits off of the back of the John Carroll player, though. And
Hobrath sends this one away off a Shoot. Turretin. And Turretin's going to send a long pass down to the corner, and no one's going to get there. That's going to be a goal kick. And House is going to be coming out here looking to send this one deep. Howell's back to kick here. 3 minutes left in overtime.
Launched that one.
Just like he's been doing all night. Continues to launch it down towards the 40 on the other side of the field. It's going to be deflected out of bounds off of John Carroll. Purple Raiders toss here. Long toss along the sideline. Hobrath gets it, passes it off. Knocked away. It's going to be another toss for the Raiders.
Entering the game for Mount Union, number 9, Xavier Penaya.
And Xavier Penaya coming in here for the Raiders late in the first overtime period here as we approach the 2-minute mark.
Ball won back by Mount.
And
little back heel tried, but really a misplayed touch. Loses the ball, but Mount's got it back, and the struggle continues to try to get something going forward.
And Penaya just comes on, and Penaya's already got his first touch from coming back on. Penaya tripped up there, almost over his own feet there, slips up. Looks like he slipped a bit.
Wickle wins it back, and Ramirez tries to play Penaya, but looks really difficult to
Penaya
deal
might
with.
have a chance, and John Carroll's just going to clear that.
Yeah, and
we got a foul.
Yeah, pulled the player's stomach back.
And John Carroll off the free kick sends one long up to the 35. Wickle gets it though, and he's going to return it down there. Ready to send it back again. Hobrath the Wickle. Header by the Raiders to send it back across midfield's Turretin, pardon me. And the Blue Streaks bring it back on the attack here. Along the far sideline, scuffle. We got a Raider and a Blue Streak go down, and they're going to say it went off of the John Carroll player. So it's going to be a toss in here for the Raiders. No call
30
on the play.
seconds left here, and Mount Union's going to take their good old time.
Really only time for one more good attempt here to try and get in the goal here in the first overtime. Obrath loses the ball. John Carroll with the ball. Raiders got to clear this right now. 10 seconds left in the first overtime.
And he's just going to chuck it into the box really quickly.
Headed away by Mount. On the ground.
No issues here.
And that's just going to be the end of the first overtime. And at the end of the first overtime, still tied 0-0. Really no chances for the Raiders, but John Carroll certainly on the attack throughout this entire period. Probably less than an inch away from scoring and ending this thing.
Yeah, and
as we saw in that scary close scoring attempt.
Looking back on the replay, honestly, it does look like the Mount player blocked it with his arms. And, well, I don't really know what to say. They got away with one.
Yeah, I mean, they got pretty lucky there, and players going back to have their powwows here. We got 2 minutes here.
Yep.
Till the second and final overtime period kicks off here. So we'll take a break for a minute, and we'll be back here for the second overtime. And we're back here for the second and final overtime period of tonight's absolute thriller of a match here between the John Carroll Blue Streaks and the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. John Carroll breaking the huddle, getting set. Mount Union doing the same. Refs are ready, and we're about to get underway here. And we'll see if the Raiders can flip the script here in the second overtime period. After a first overtime period where they really just kind of played defense for 10 minutes almost exclusively.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can flip the script and get on offense and maybe put one home.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it really has not been clicking with them going forward, but they're hanging strong. They're hanging by the thread of a needle. But we'll see how this goes for them. And we're back at it again with John Carroll just possessing the ball in the back. They've been doing this the whole game. It's a good tactic for them. And Mount Union looks to be pressing a little bit higher here.
And John Carroll sends a long missile of a boot down into the box that's just going to head out of the back of the end zone for a goal kick from Hallis. And Hallis, a high boot up past midfield. Header won by John Carroll. Raiders send it right on back. Hobrath's in pursuit, and it's going to be headed by Haas right to Robinson for an easy catch. Haas rolls it out, and it's going to go for the boot. Low and long into the other side of the field. And the Raiders back on defense here as John Carroll moves it up, shoot, sends it to the top of the box. Cleared by Mount.
Flicked on by Egan and Naya, but nothing going, and John Carroll gets the ball back and continues to move up the field.
And shoot, coming around the right side of the box, looking to do something. Across. Cleared out by Mount Union. 8:10 to play here in overtime.
That ball looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, but it's just kept in by the John Carroll player. Great hustle there.
He even sends him into the bench, but great play there, and he's finally going to lose it. And they're going to give it to Blue Streaks. Blue Streaks to the left of the box, trying to get in now. John Carroll into the box, and it's going to curl up and around to the left. Somehow kept in the box by the Blue Streaks, somehow, some way.
Josh Lewis sends it high, and John Carroll flicks it back forward, and
it's going to go out of bounds. Looks like it went off the Raiders, so it should be Blue Streak ball here.
Yeah, Whipple just wanted to poke that out. Couldn't really do much other.
Yeah, I mean, might as well just end the threat there and make him reset.
Yeah, big throw in here from John Carroll.
Into the box, and the Raiders got it, and they're going to clear it out of there, ending the threat swiftly.
Yeah, all 11 Mount players here inside the 30-yard line, they are really, really bunkering down. It's almost like they're playing for a draw here.
And given the pressure that John Carroll's been putting them under, and a diving header there by the Raiders to clear it out.
Another Raiders they
are just on defense here. I mean,
yeah, they're just playing.
But I mean, like I was saying, given the pressure that John Carroll's put them under, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
To try and play really solid D and defensively just shore up here in the final period.
Yeah, they got bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah, especially when you haven't been able to get much going on the other end. Into the box, headed away by the Raiders. Mount Union with the ball now. Mount Union shakes his guy.
There. Good work there. But Wickle plays it out of bounds. It's going to be a John Carroll throw again.
And John Carroll back on the attack. 5:47 left to play. Pause. Into the box.
Headed across. Ooh, Overy with a very important interception there. The JCU player looked like he was going to be in on goal, but Overy with a diving header to stop it. And back John Carroll come at the 30-yard line. Back on the attack.
Pause. Up to the box. Headed out by Mount Union. And cleared, and that's likely going to head out. Oh, nope.
Good opportunity for Mount to just step up here and just get everybody forward.
John Carroll sends this one deep.
Overy. Ooh,
header won by Mount Union. A big physical header there.
We have a head injury. Yeah, the referee needs to stop the play here.
Yeah, looks like number 7 for John Carroll there. Mikey Burrington really shaking up there on a truly physical header there as
the ref might
him and a Raider went and had a big collision there on the attempted header.
Surprised the referee hasn't checked him for a concussion at all, because he went down holding his head.
Yeah, I mean, that's a scary hit there.
Yeah. In bit of respect here with Mount Union playing back to the ball back to John Carroll as they had possession.
And Robinson, a low kick right into the hands of the Raiders. A header right back by John Carroll.
Schroeder plays the ball forward. Pinaya is on pursuit and
Haas is there. Ooh, Haas sends it out of bounds. Hobrath's there. 4:12 to play, and refs are gonna stop play here for a pair of substitutions by the Raiders. And a player.
Looks like we have Colton Breister and Adam Passano back on the field for the Raiders.
And we got John Carroll making a substitution as well here.
Long throw into the box by John Schroeder here for Mount.
Into the box, headed. Way by John Carroll. Into the corner. Looked like it went out of bounds, but the refs are going to call it in.
I think the AAR.
Schroeder thinks it went out of bounds too. And it looks like they're going to agree it went out of bounds here. It's going to be a toss here by Schroeder.
Another long one coming.
3:26 left. Into the box. Header, it's up. It's up. Schroeder sends it back into the box. A Raider goes down. Wickel. And Robinson's going to come away with it. And a blown opportunity by the Raiders there to really score a goal and end this game right now and then.
Mount Union dropping all the way back. They got every player inside their half right now.
Turrington sends it deep. Raiders there, clear, and Hallis is going to be back to 2:51 left in the game. Hallis is going to send this boot up high and long.
It's going to be won by John Carroll, and they're going to be back on the attack again.
And the ball is going to be sent back to Robinson. Robinson keeps it on the ground, sends it to the near sideline to Mendel.
He's going to flick the ball backwards and over. He's going to head clear, and Mount's going to have possession here at around midfield, but there's no options here.
It's just going to go out of bounds there.
Yeah, correct call there.
Off the Raiders. Toss in here by John Carroll. 1:52 left to play in the game.
Mount Union just trying to hang on at this point.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Trying to stop, ball back, play some real great D here. Turrington just going to drop it back to Ferncorn. Ferncorn sends it deep into the box.
Nobody there.
Nobody there but Hallis.
Yep, and he'll claim.
Raiders trying to get back here on offense and put a little more pressure on Robinson here down the final minute and a half. High kick here, long kick here. Priester there trying to get it.
Could Mount get another opportunity to throw? No. Looks like
and the ball's they're gonna award that toss to John Carroll. Priester thought it was going the other way.
Yeah,
John Carroll on the fast break. Turrington passes off to his left. John Carroll left side of the box. A shot deflected off the Raiders. 51 seconds left to play, and that's going to be a big corner here, Mike. It's a very big corner here for the Raiders coming up.
Yeah, this looks like it could be John Carroll's last good opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, undoubtedly. Under 40 now to play here. Big corner here. Corner into the box. Goes way too high and over.
It's going to go all the way through, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And
24 seconds left.
Looks like Mount's going to go for this.
Yeah, Hallis, 20 seconds left. Hallis sends it deep.
Ooh, he must have stumbled when he
bounces back off his own man, off the Raiders. That's John Carroll. 10 seconds left in the game.
8, 7,
toss in.
5.
Headed out by the Raiders, and
it's going to be game here.
2, 1.
I mean, folks, that's going to be all she wrote here.
Very, very, very defensive game. Very well-matched teams.
Final score.
And, well, that was John Carroll had the better chances. Failed to finish. They were a bit unlucky with the call. But overall, I'd say that was a pretty fair result. I think John Carroll was a better team, but I think it was a fair result, but overall.
Like you said, I mean, a very defensive battle here. And the Raiders in overtime could barely get any opportunities to try and put any pressure on Robinson back in the goal for the John Carroll. And I mean, that really killed them. They were playing defense for basically 20 minutes here
Yeah.
after regulation ended. Heck of a defensive game from both teams. I mean, they've been